One of the most amazing life experiences that I've ever had was actually going to the Philippines. After the Typhoon Haiyan, or Yolanda in some places they call it, hit the Philippines, some areas were completely wiped out and the devastation was really just horrendous. People had no houses, they had no food and not really any hope at the time as well, and especially in communities where a lot of international organisations and the UN wasn't able to reach. So I was actually sponsored to go over after completing my degree, and I went over to help out as best as I could by helping them getting organic food growing again, by rebuilding their houses with technologies that I learnt in Bali with bamboo construction. And I went over as one of the team members, and it turned out that after being there for a few weeks, I became the schools coordinator and ran a schools program. We wanted to create this abundant source of food so they didn't have to worry about going home and having no food. They can always be secure that they'll always have food when they come to school. So rather than just providing one meal, by the end of 3 months we were able to provide meals for all the children, 3 meals a day. They were able to come and get their organic vegetables to take home at the end of the day, and a lot of the local students too, they introduced a home ec class, so they were able to create cooking lessons of the food that we were growing. So it was an amazing achievement, and it wasn't just about growing the food, it was also showing these children different ways that they could do things in their community around the holistic education of sustainability. So we noticed a lot of the rice farmers there, they would have these mounds and mounds of rice hay, and at the end of every harvest they would just light it up and it would just go into smoke, and it would create this huge smoky haze over the whole town. So we got all the children together and said, we want to use these and we want to stop this pollution in the local area. So we gave them each one bag. And at the end of the week, we told each student, and there was a couple hundred students at the school, we said, bring back one bag of rice husk or rice hay from your local farm. And they all bought one, and we turned it into compost, we turned it into mulch, we even turned it into flooring. We were working on creating a technology to make a render out of the rice husk. And so we turned this thing that was creating a really big problem, and a health problem and also a pollution problem in the area, into a solution that we could start using in the schools. And before we knew it, we had trucks rocking up of rice husk. But it was incredible to be able to make such a difference in such a short amount of time in multiple ways. So it was really life-altering for me, the impact that you're able to make as soon as you kind of step out that borders of Australia and into communities which might be a bit scary like the Philippines, but the impact that you're able to make there just ripples out so much further.